What is up, people of the internet? This is Brownstone here, and welcome back to the Outfuture channel. Welcome back to another Avatar video. Yeah, you guys know what type of content I make now. This video shall be covering why Avatar: The Way of Water's plot will not be a rehash of the original. You may be wondering, well, that's insanely obvious, right? Sequel, new story? Well, apparently not to this person. Yeah, I actually debated this guy. I think a couple days back. I think 5 days back. Like a week ago or something. So I debated this guy. This guy had ridiculous criteria as to what exactly qualified as a rehash. So I'm going to explain to this dummy why Avatar: The Way of Water will not be a rehash of the original in video form, and I'm taking you guys along for the ride. Let's go. The first thing that differentiates Avatar: The Way of Water from the original is the time period that is set in. It takes place 13 years after the original, which is kind of chronologically when this movie's coming out. That's actually really smart. The characters have evolved, and like Jake Sully and Neytiri are now parents and stuff. So now we have more personal stakes than we did in the original stuff. And going by going by the trailers alone, it really I get an immediate feel of a different plot here. Because we have Jake and Neytiri being parents, that automatically disqualifies the plot being a rehash. The only way for this movie's plot to be a rehash is if another human from Earth, is if we have a subplot of another human from Earth becoming an avatar and going through the same events of the same movie and stuff. But I guess according to this person, because it has returning characters and returning villains, it's rehash. And also that goes on that sorry. And also that leads us to our next topic: returning villains. So you guys knew my beef with Quark coming back as a villain for all 4 sequels, and I don't share that opinion anymore. I mean, if you guys watch that video, you know I went through kind of like a character arc in that video, in which I came out supporting the decision when I was initially against it. Somehow, whatever James Cameron does wins me over regardless. Like, it may seem absurd at first, but you know he could pull it off. So this guy also said that returning villains qualify as a rehash, and I absolutely tore into him with that because, well, it's obvious that that's not the case at all. Because the returning villains is your only qualification for this movie being a rehash, then I guess Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War are rehashes, right? I mean, those are movies that had Thanos return as a villain. Well, let's not acknowledge how different those movies are. I mean, those are clearly different movies, right? Well, apparently not, because according to this guy, character development in different locations don't count because it has a returning villain. This movie is exactly the same as the first one. Gee, I guess that means that the Star Wars original trilogy that had Darth Vader and Palpatine as the villains is a rehash. I guess The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi are rehashes of A New Hope then, right? Because the Empire are the villains in those movies, and if your only criteria is returning villains, then I guess means those are rehashes. Never mind how different those movies are. Nah, they're clearly rehashes. Is my sarcasm getting too much? But you guys let me know. No. Obviously, don't take any of this seriously. I am not actually saying Avatar. I'm not actually saying Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War or rehashes. I'm just pointing out the implications of that guy's comment that inspired me to make this video. So yeah. Even though we know that they're not rehashes, aside from that, they clearly are, right? Yeah, and also final battle against those villains. So of course we'll have another final battle against RDA, but it looks to be looks to be much more different this time, and that's good. Even though there are familiar elements, since James Cameron has either tweaked those or evolved the concept in some way, and you can really see how he's evolved the concept here. Not just from not just that it takes place underwater now. That's kind of cheap. No, it isn't. It isn't. There's a lot of ways it evolves. With the now personal stakes, it makes the RDA much more threatening villains than they were in the original. Because we know something will happen to Jake and Neytiri's kids and stuff, judging by the trailers and leaked info. So it really makes them more personal villains, and we can really see how Korek and Steinfeld are more unhinged this time around. So because of that, it makes the stakes much more personal. And I'm not saying that the stakes weren't personal in the original. They were. I'm just saying it adds a whole bunch more. It adds a whole nother layer of depth to this. Obviously, I haven't seen anything. So I could be completely wrong. But ultimately, I believe I'm not wrong. Because judging by the trailers, it looks to be a completely different movie. And if anyone's still thinking that Avatar: The Way of Water will be a rehash of the original, then I don't know what to say to you. Maybe these movies are a little too advanced for you. I don't know. Am I being mean? I don't want to be mean, but when haters like that really tick me off. But yeah, this is another video meant to advertise Avatar: The Way of Water. I really believe that this movie is going to be much different from the original. It has even the potential to be better. It has the potential to be so much better, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. The way I've seen from the trailer, Avatar in comparison looks very ground level compared to this. It looks like James Cameron's really evolved the concept in some way. And I am hyped through the roof for this. If this movie becomes a success like the original, we might get extended cuts, special edition cuts and stuff. I hope so. Maybe one day we'll get a James Cameron cut of the original. Yeah, I'm still rolling with that. Release the Cameron cut, Fox. You get what I'm saying. So, essentially, what I'm saying is, don't worry about this movie being a rehash of the original. It won't be. I can already tell that just by looking at the TV spots, the teasers, the trailers, and all that. There are some things you can't tell just by watching trailers, but some things you already know. Something you just know. It's literally just common sense. You don't have to look at any footage. You don't have to look at any of that. It's literally just common sense. Only in a few instances has a sequel been pointless, and a pointless rehash to the original. So many times, and given James Cameron's track record for sequels, like Terminator 2, which is considered to be the greatest movie sequel of all time. And James Cameron knows how to evolve concepts, and taking the groundwork, and he seems to have taken the groundwork laid by the original, and taking it to a whole nother level here. And I, for one, cannot wait to see it on December 15th. I bet you guys can either. With that being said, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to get updated on future content. I will see you all in another video. And just a quick trivia before I close out. I've been filming 3 videos today, so I'm kind of tired of saying that same outro by this point, but it needs to be said. See you guys later.